pro coach with the Reading Royals in the UCHL. What's a huge factor on player development when players turn pro from NCAA or major junior that could help them with a more, I guess, simplified transition from those levels and given their age?
Yeah, I think it's different. Especially, I think the transition's tougher for kids out of junior, just for the fact that they haven't lived on their own, and you're with a billet family, which is great. It's just all of a sudden now you get into that 70+ game grind, and you got to take care of yourself and cook for yourself and do all that kind of stuff, and it can wear on guys. I've seen it. I think the college kids at our level come in, and it's sometimes I think they're almost I wasn't the case of this, but some guys find like there's too much time. They almost don't like it because it's like they're so used to that regimented schedule. But at the same time, I think
myself, I would say
like
so much after practice.
Yeah, and it's like, but then there's some guys that like don't know what to do, and they're not used to being able to, like in college, and then I never played major junior, but in college, like you're almost told where to be, when to eat, how to do something. Your whole day is mapped out for you. You live on your own and you're taking care of yourself in that sense. But I've seen guys struggle with the fact like of being a pro and just, okay, how do you take care of yourself showing up to the rink and nobody's there to, not nobody, but like it's your job to prepare for the game.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we're not going to babysit you to prepare for the game. Like, we're going to show the video and pre-scout, but I'm not going to tell you how to warm up.
Yeah.
Where I think like you see some guys that are almost like, well, there's nobody to tell me that I have to do jumping jacks for 15 minutes at 5:45, so what do I do? Like you have to find your routine that works. And, and I think I've noticed personally that kids are way better with adapting to the pro game now than maybe they were even my rookie year. Like I don't see the kids hitting a wall in February and March like I did. Like I remember just being gassed my first year in like February because of the season and the amount of games we were playing, where I don't see that from the kids now. Like they do a much better job. Like, I find that the biggest adjustment for guys out of especially college is the on ice, like decision making. Like there's a lot more to me. You see a lot of kids come out of college and they're robots.
Yeah.
And it's like, dump the puck in, go hit a guy. And it's like, no, make a play, hold on to the puck. It's almost like, I think college, and again, I don't have enough kids out of major juniors to talk of this, so it's tough for me to say it, but from the college kids that come out, and play for me, it's almost like they're playing hockey that was the hockey that was before the 2004 lockout, where it was just like dump it in, try and win the game 1 or 2-1. And pro hockey is like how college was back in the 90s, freewheeling and offensive, and guys are trying to score, and it's trying to get guys to embrace possessing the puck and making plays, where you still it's like you're managing the puck, right? And I think that's a big adjustment for guys. Usually the first thing I get upset about a guy that comes from college is he dumps the puck in when he shouldn't. And it's like, what do you dump the puck in for? Don't you want it? You know what I mean? Like the idea that you can't score if you don't have it. And it's like, well, and I was like, why'd you dump it? Yeah, I didn't want to screw up. I was like, well, there's nobody within 25 feet of you. Why are you dumping it in? Right? And then it's like, oh yeah, I guess that's true. But it's like, they're so programmed over 4 years where their coach is like, oh, if you even like make a play and it doesn't work out, you're not playing next weekend. And I think there's I see a lot of that from guys, and it's almost like not allowing them, but like convincing them that it's okay to want the puck.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can go in the college route as well, 4 years. I think, a lot of players are just so used to the 4 years you have to play that certain way. Also with the short schedule, NCAA schedule with, I don't know, sometimes it's 30 games or so. I know the Ivy League is sometimes, 25 to 30, depending on
Yeah.
playoffs after. But I know with Quinnipiac, we played usually around, at least I think around 35 games. And if we went on through playoffs, we would get, I think we got 41 games in one season, but just such a short amount of time, so competitive each game, each weekend. So there's just so much pressure on winning
Yeah.
for the players and the coaches. And then,
Yeah.
yeah, just different, I think, that way. I remember actually, too, when you're talking about not burning out, with the season, I remember my coach, Dean Stork in Greenville, he actually came up to me my first year and was like, hey, keep working out, stay focused, because you're going to hit a wall. I think it was around February, like you said. It was January, and I didn't even think about it. Like, what? Like, why are you saying this to me? But he was right. I thought about it after. I was like, well, yeah, okay, we have a shorter season in less games where it's such a grind in pro where you play 70 games.
It's almost now I've found like, because the traditional thing, right, is the rookies, you're not allowed to take optional skates off or whatever, right? And it's like, no, you're not allowed on the ice. If you're a young, well, it's almost because it's like, like there's stuff where like, the first year guys, you got to clean the bus up after the road trip, right? Like there's got to be some sort of like, all right, earn your keep around here. But I don't understand. Okay, I don't care if it's your first game or it's your 400th. Like you're not winning the game at 10 in the morning. Right. Yeah. And I think guys feel like they have to go out and skate. And it's like, we've almost got, if we are having a pregame skate and it's a young guy and it's like, all right, you're going to play 15 to 20 minutes tonight, you're not going out. Like it's just, we've almost started to tell guys, you're not allowed to go on the ice, because they're so used to feeling like, oh, like the coach is going to be mad at me if it's like a test, it's like some mind game.
That's how I felt. I felt like,
and for sure. Like when I played my rookie year pro when I was in Albany, the coach would put the numbers on the board of guys who were allowed to have an optional skate. And if you were a rookie, you never got an optional. Yeah. And it was like, oh my God, we got in at 3 a.m. last night. We have skate at 10. And why are we? And it was like we were supposedly being taught how to be a pro.
Yeah. At the same time, for all the, the players listening, I mean, it's not, there are smart choices. You play a lot of minutes, then obviously you probably take that option. But if you're not playing very much with time,
for sure,
you should be practicing the next day. There are a good number of players that will take the easy way out as well. And
so well, it's kind of interesting to see the guys that do want to take the option all the time. Like it is interesting. Like it's not like, because then it's the guys that you have to tell not to take the option that are the ones that are having the success. Do you know what I mean? And the guys that want to take the option all the time you're like, you should be the one going out because you played 5 minutes last night.
Mindset and practice habits are huge.
Yeah, for sure. It's so huge, but it's kind of like you said, it's interesting to see the guys from a coaching standpoint that do want to go out, because it's like the guys you sometimes have to rein in are the ones that are getting better because they do want to keep getting better, but for their own benefit, for us, counting playoffs, you play 100 games, you don't need to go out for a 10-minute skate on a Saturday morning after you just played 20 minutes the night before. And it's interesting to see the dynamic of the guys that do want to put the work in and the ones that don't. And then you see the obvious correlation between their own personal individual success.
Yeah. Well, remember the days us playing against each other, and when you were with RPI, I was with Quinnipiac, and also in the ECHL days when you were with Reading, and I was with Greenville. But thanks a lot for coming on and discussing your experience, knowledge, and everything to share with these players and coaches, and hope to have you back again soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thanks for having me.